Alright, so now the final step is going to be our free motion quilting. And what I do is I echo quilt around my heart, I echo quilt around the label, and then I just place random motifs around just to help stabilize the other edges. Now if you've noticed, I have two different templates here. It's actually one, but I've got an inside and an outside. I designed these for people who have long arm machines, who are confident ruler sewers, quilters. It's the thickness that you need for a ruler foot. And personally, I don't use it. I'm still struggling with working with this. So I just tend to draw my design on. And if you've noticed, when I drew the design, if I used one side, it gave me a different spacing than when I used the inside. It made a tight corner here, it made it a little tight corner here. It doesn't matter, because now your creativity again comes up. I have gone and done my ruler foot a 1/4 inch on the inside of my drawn design. I've also gone on the outside of my design. It just makes it look a little different. I've also, in the future, I'm going to have this wing changed because I'm not crazy about it. I think it's a little too small. So you could, and this is a washable pen. Please don't use friction pens. Friction pens can recur if the blanket gets ice cold. But a washable pen will wash out. I've used chalk markers with some result. I've used ceramic markers with some result. The problem is the nap on this flannel makes it difficult to find a good marking tool. So just find whichever one you want and use it. So now I'm going to show you the different feet. I have a Bernina, and Helen does also. So I can show you what Bernina offers. This is a ruler foot. This is designed so that it will travel a 1/4 inch along the inside of this template. But to me, holding the material, holding the ruler, and trying to move all that is just too much. So that's why I quit trying. Maybe when I get better, I'll do it. This is, I think it might be an embroidery foot. This was on my old Bernina. It just gives me a nice open area. It holds down enough fabric around it to where I can sew. And again, I would either sew, it's going to put my needle right in the middle, so I'll either sew on that edge, or I can sew on the inside of the edge, or do whatever I want. This is an embroidery foot. I have an embroidery attachment on my machine, and you can see the hole is much smaller, and it's designed to just make a hole or make your stitch directly inside. Again though, it gives me that 1/4 inch if I want, or lets me see and travel along my edge. It doesn't matter. At some point in the future, I will have this template digitized, so people who have home embroidery machines will be able to plug it into their computer, and their computer will do this for them, so that all they have to do is punch a button. That's my end goal. It will also be for people who do long arm. Some of them are not, some of them are electronic as well, and they would be able to take a digitized stitch. With long armors, they can either put this template down on their bottom pedestal and use whatever they use to work around it. If it's a sit-down machine, they're gonna have to have it on the top. If it's a lawnmower machine on the top, they actually move the machine around. So it just depends on what you've got, how confident you feel. If you're not a quilter and this is a step that you don't wanna do, that's great. We'll hand it off to a quilter that'll get it done. Just, if you want, you can mark and they'll just draw the design. So now I'm gonna move over to my machine.